Hey y'all, it's Vonnie with the Get Down Podcast, and we are back with another one. If you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share this video with anyone and everyone that you know. Share the podcast too. I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope everybody's having a safe day wherever you are listening to the podcast or tuning in to the video. I hope everybody's having a great day, y'all. Look, we got another deep topic to talk about, okay? Asia Womack and Mr. Cameron Hogg. This is on the news the other day, and on this channel it's going to be different things to discuss, mainly sports and football, but you know, the season has ended, so we're shifting gears now to just talking about other big headlines that are being talked about and stuff. So Asia Womack, she ended up being killed by her quote-unquote friend that she had known from school and everything, and they showed the family in court talking in front of camera, and they were given just how they were feeling. They're very hurt right now. They're very sad right now. They're very vulnerable at this time because that was their baby. That was their sister. That was their cousin, the niece, the daughter. She was everything, like the family had quoted. And it's just a shame that, it just goes to show what this young man did. You took another life. She was your friend. And the fact that she's not here anymore, it's sad. It is sad. Now that family has to deal with another loss and stuff, but this also goes to show you that you have to be careful who you are friends with. You can't be friends with everybody. You can't be nice to everybody, because people will pinpoint that weakness in you and they'll take advantage of you to where somebody gonna end up killing you. And it's not saying that ever in a joking way, but people do take matters into their own hands. And for you to take somebody's life, how can you even feel comfortable with trying to sleep at night because you done took somebody's life? I wouldn't feel comfortable. I'll probably be sick, just out of my mind. I be looking over my shoulder everywhere that I go. She was 20 years old. I mean, fresh, young, just about to step into womanhood, about to step into the grown lifehood. But now she can't do that because her life was taken away by a quote-unquote friend that she thought really had her back. And it's really, really crazy. It really is. Let's take a look at this clip of just a little bit of the backstory of why this happened. And, there's always a reason for things, but check out what the family and the news also have to say about this.
The family of a woman shot and killed following an argument at a pickup basketball game came face to face with the killer in court today. Cameron Hogg was supposed to go to trial this week. Instead, at the last minute, he took a plea deal, 20 years in prison for the killing of Asia Womack. Her family angry that he won't serve more time. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager live in Dallas with the story. Peyton.
Heather, and Womack's mother is one of the family members who took the stand today and faced Cameron Hogg for the first time during that plea deal today. Now, just a few days ago, Womack's mother was expected to go to trial, but now Cameron Hogg will be transferred from the Dallas County Jail here behind me to a state prison. Inside a Dallas County courtroom on Thursday.
Look at Asia.
Andrea Womack wanted this poster of her daughter, 20-year-old Asia Womack, to be the final image Cameron Hogg saw before he starts his sentence in a state prison.
And 20 years is a slap in my face. Because my child's life is worth way more than 20 years.
Hogg took a plea deal of 20 years in prison the Dallas County DA offered for the October 2022 murder after an argument at a pickup basketball game in South Dallas turned deadly. Court documents say following the basketball game, Womack and a friend then went to watch football a short distance from the park. Police say Hogg showed up and fatally shot her. Thursday, Hogg heard from Womack's family.
Can you do a friend the way you did her? She's supposed to be your friend.
And you can say whatever you want to make yourself feel better. But your soul will be tormented every day of your life.
Andrea Womack says she wanted to go to trial, which was set for earlier this week.
On Monday, I received a text saying that he had taken a plea.
I don't see any way in the world that a jury would find him guilty of murder when all he's doing is simply defending himself.
Hogg's defense attorney, Brett Martin, claims he had multiple witnesses lined up to testify Asia Womack pulled out a firearm twice, and that's why prosecutors settled on a deal.
I can tell you that the police were aware that she had a gun and was trying to pull a gun the night of the offense. In fact, one of the witnesses who was going to testify in the trial, his name was Robert Walker, he told the police that night that both of them were reaching and he was just faster than she was.
Fox 4 asked the DA's office about the defense's claims, plus any statement on how prosecutors settled on 20 years. The office responded with no comment.
Now, prosecutors were pushing for 50 years in this case. The defense started at 10 years. Hogg does have an extensive criminal history, including robbery, family violence, and aggravated assault. So again, the plea deal landed on 20 years.
From the video, her mother, 2 aunts, even though it didn't show it in the clip, three aunts, and then a cousin, uncle, and I think a sister. Everybody went to the stand. They actually have the longer clip on YouTube. If anybody wants to check it out, I'll put it in the description down below. But everybody went to the stand, and they just kind of said how they were feeling. It's just a very devastating loss. Like I said, it's supposed to quote unquote be your friend, but you got to be careful who you do let into your circle, because people will turn on you. They'll just find a reason to get back at you. They'll find a reason to want to kill you. They'll find a reason to want to start something that wasn't even meant to even be started. Now, let me share a little bit of this article, okay? Because they were pointing out some facts even during the trial. If you hear the reason why all of this had occurred. Okay, it says Asia's life was only worth 20 years. Family calls sentence for daughter's killer over losing basketball game a slap in the face. They really felt he should have got more than the 20 years, but because his defense attorney was able to get the plea, that he was just set, he was able to get the 20 years. It was actually, had he would have went to trial, they were probably going to give him 40 years to life. But like I said, with his defense attorney, he was able to do at least the 20 years, to get at least the 20 years. But the family really think it should be longer, okay? Cameron Hogg will spend the next 20 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to murdering Asia Womack because she beat him in a basketball game at a Dallas park on October 3rd, 2022. Hogg, Dallas police, Womack obituary hoop, KDFW. A man agreed to a plea deal with Texas prosecutors that will put him in prison for 2 decades for killing a woman who beat him in a pickup basketball game. That was the main reason. And I heard that she had, quote unquote, had called him gay, but she was saying it in a funny way. So he took it to his own approach. Oh, you calling me that? You calling me? I mean, some stuff you can say to people and they won't take it offensive, and then some stuff you can't. And he's one of those people. I mean, he really took it to heart when she had joked around saying that, because they were playing a basketball game. Cameron Hogg was set to go to trial on a murder charge in the death of 21-year-old Asia Womack, but took the plea deal offered by Dallas County prosecutors. He'll plead guilty to murder on Thursday. It's a slap in the face because it's pretty much saying that Asia's life was only worth 20 years. That's basically what they're saying. Womack's mother, Andrea Womack, told local Fox-affiliated KDFW. Dallas police responded to a shooting around 7:40 on October 3rd, 2022, in the 4100 block of Hamilton Avenue, where they found Womack suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Dallas Fire Rescue took Womack to a hospital where she died. Womack's family previously told KDFW that Hogg was mad because she had beaten him in a pickup game at a park earlier in that day. After the game, Hogg took his children home and returned to the park with a gun where he shot Womack 5 times, including as she was falling down. Andrea Womack said prosecutors told her a plea deal was a possibility because he was claiming self-defense. She said his admission that he killed her daughter gives her some semblance of justice. She will have a chance to give a victim impact statement on Thursday. I mean, all of this over a basketball game, dude. Really? All of this over a basketball game? I mean, it shouldn't have been that heated where you took her life, but you did anyway. Like I stated earlier, you know, all these guns that people are carrying, I mean, they're just using it to their extreme now. And of course, in the video, they did say both of them had guns, but he just pulled it out faster and started shooting at her. That could be it. I don't know. You know, you got to hear both sides of the family. But even if that was the case, you still took her life. You still here living. She's gone. You can't get no family member back once they're gone. They're gone. You still here living. And majority of the times when these cases do happen in the jail cell, they do have the news on. Depending on where they're probably going to send that person to, whatever jail county, they do have the news on. And when they get in there, when those inmates see all that and that person come in there, you got some that probably want to talk to him like, hey man, you shouldn't have done that. Let's try to get right, ask God for forgiveness, and pray that you can just choose to do a better route. And then you got the group over here that's like, nah, homie, we finna get in your butt. How you gonna do this to her? She was just 21 years old. That's your sister. Come on now, that was supposed to be your friend, and you're gonna do this to her? Yeah, Cameron, he better watch out. I mean, he might not even live to do the whole 20 years because, I mean, majority of the time, it is cases like that where people do end up in jail, even though they're sentenced to a certain amount of years, they don't do it. You know why? Because somebody ends up killing them. This is a very bad story. Like I said, you got to watch who your friends are. It doesn't matter how close you are to them. It don't matter how many years you've known them. Something simple as this, because of whatever was said or just her pretty much winning and beating him in a basketball game, you gonna pull out a gun and kill her? And if you look at the video further, like I said, with the family members taking the stand, the mother actually brought up a point that Cameron and his brother, they were plotting this the whole time. He was gonna go back to the park for a specific reason. They were already plotting this. This was already beforehand. And while I was listening to this and reading it, I'm thinking, could it really just have been over this game that made you really want to pull the gun out? Or was it just a lot of stuff over time that built up and now you wanted to kill her? That could go either way. But from what they're saying, this basically was over the basketball game that had happened. I mean, y'all should have squashed the beef. I don't know. I'm not condoning it. Post it up or whatever, but to actually pull a gun out and do the pow, 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 that's not cool. It's not cool at all. It really ain't. You got to be careful who you just let into your circle because people are not really who you think they are. I mean, you could be the sweetest person and you pull a gun out on somebody, nobody's going to think that you carry that in you. I mean, you gotta really be careful, y'all. I don't know. It's a sad story. Prayers to definitely her family because they need it right now. I know they're very heated with Cameron and the brother too because he had a part to play in it too. They're very heated at them. But, you know, this family is going to have to go through it. Like I said, she's gone and he's still here. I mean, you know, you can't bring her back, unfortunately. And, you know, if she possibly would have survived the bullet wounds, because some people do, not all the time, but some people do. But unfortunately, he didn't. He shot her 5 times. 5 times. That's 5 bullets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was trying to make sure that she was dead. That's what it boils down to. But if you enjoyed this video, please give a fat thumbs up and share this video too. Please leave me a comment section in the comments. What do y'all think about this? This isn't cool at all. It's not. Quote unquote friend. Quote unquote friend. Quote unquote friend. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't kill your quote unquote friend. I don't care how heated it was. Talk about it, let it go, walk it off, and y'all can talk about it the next day. It should not ever get to a point where you feel like you got to pull a gun out. It should never get to that point. But some people do it. But please leave me a comment section in the comments what you think about this video, okay? And while you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Turn your notification bell on. That way you can be notified every time I drop a video on this channel. And also in the comment section, let me know what else you guys want to hear me discuss or just talk about for the podcast, okay? Football season is over. Basketball season is in the trend too. We'll be discussing the basketball topics too. But there are other topics out there that need to be discussed in case people... because a lot of people don't look at the news, so they're not really going to know what is going on or who got shot or what happened, you know. But please just let me know what other videos y'all want to see. And if that is all, always remember to stay prayed up and stay blessed. And I will see you guys in the next video and on the next podcast.